Between this and Zombie vs. Ninja, one thing I've noticed is that the added Godfrey Ho footage, corrupt as it may be, is a lot more interesting than the Japanese film that they've added to. In this particular case, I don't care what's going on in the Eagle story. It is incoherent, confusing, the action is dull, and the acting is just flat and stiff. The added Pierre Kirby scenes are a lot more well-made, honestly, and they use niftier slow motion.
Yes, right, we're back. Sorry about that. I had a power outage. Watching a thing on Cinema Now and Peter Kirby. Anyway, back to the review. Different angle, because I'm hooked up to the power cord. This is Ultra. Yeah, the front of the covers are a lot like those popular magazines, which is a nifty little... I don't know what the hell you call that. Not trope. It's a thing they did. It makes them look different, so it works. Anyway, so yeah, so she has a lot of drama happen to her in that last week, amongst all the fighting and saving the day. So she goes to a coffee shop with the last hour of her week left. Gets a coffee, is asked what time it is, breaks down that she hasn't found her true love, wanders off. The next day, she can't find her wallet, and the guy running the coffee shop at the time, behind the counter, shows up at her doorstep to give her back her wallet that she left behind, which she had met before the deadline. Which means she has a feeling that this guy might be her one true love. She asks him out, kind of gets back on the horse with her career, because she goes back to her talent agency, what do you call it, someone, what's that word? When someone is, your agent, that's what it is. She went back and talked to her agent to get her career back on track. Because she's not very popular with the crowd, because she had a relationship with somebody, and everybody became aware of it at the worst possible time. And if you read it, you would know what time that is. Ooh, celebrity sex tapes. Those are the worst. Some people's business just are their business. But it's not just that. She had a falling out, apparently, at that time. So that one moment in her life was for everyone to see. So yeah, she's really gotten it bad right now. But she's feeling optimistic. Later on in the issue, she goes out with the guy. And it leaves off with her questioning whether or not to spend the night with him after their first date. And that's it. That's basically where I'm at right now. It's all I know about the series, pretty much, what I read online and the 3 issues I've managed to find. It adds a lot of realism to the fantasy element of these heroes, much like what Stan Lee did with superheroes back in his day with the Fantastic Four and Spider-Man. He added some realism to it. How Lois Lane is apparently too stupid to realize Clark Kent is Superman. From the beginning, kids have been saying, because kids are apparently too damn smart for the formula from Superman. So all this time, for the past 60 years or something, children this entire time have said, how does she not know that Clark Kent is Superman? So when Stan Lee did superheroes, he said, why the mask? Sometimes some superheroes want people to know who they are, not have so much of a mystery, so they become more like celebrities. That's why the Fantastic Four don't wear masks. That's why they're a lot more socially involved. They're treated more like celebrities than they are heroes. They're just heroes that save the day, that solve problems. Spider-Man has more realistic problems. He has more of the moral dilemma: save someone incredibly close to him, or save the world. he has that going for him. And various other people in the Marvel universe that Stan Lee has had influence over. You know, he's added the realism, the real life, normal, everyday elements to the superhero. I don't want to say not grandeur, the dichotomy or whatever. You know, to their folklore, not folklore, their thing, their universe, how it all works, their dynamicness. You know, the rules, the cliches, the standard, basically. You know, and that's what the Luna brothers, they're called, have done really well here. You know, they've added a very messy world because that's life. Nothing's perfect. Nothing's golly gee old chum or anything like that. Even then, in that old universe, that actually made its own sense because it was for kids, but it still had action in it enough to still appeal to older audiences. I still like it. You know, the campy Cape Crusader and all that. But this is more with the times. This is more more realistic. It just is. And even though I think one of the problems with a lot of artists is that they don't know how to make people look different, because look, they look too much the same. How can you tell which one character is which, really? I mean, yeah, sure, they have different clothes and stuff and highlights. They all basically look the same. So facial wise, they all look almost identical. You couldn't tell them apart unless from their costumes or their slight personalities. I've only seen a handful of the characters, so I can't really say, you know, which character's type is what. But they all look like they're under the limelight, so, you know, they all have to like really temper what they do. Yeah. But yeah, so not like X-Men where everyone looks radically different, like their own individual. The series in here kind of makes people look a lot of the same. So there's no real diversity-ness between the design of the characters. Which is a staple. It happens, you know. You can't really fault it for that. But it doesn't really take away too much from this, from the joy of reading this thing, you know, and seeing something fresh, something new, something from a different perspective, you know, isn't just, you know, not just hero drama, it's personal drama, it's their drama. And that's pretty much about it, all I need to say about Ultra. It's a series I recommend, and if you excuse me, I need to get back to watching the Cinema Snobs on Peter Kirby Saga. I find it rather interesting.
Effects. And the martial arts involved
next time,
are rather impressive. It's also simpler. Pierre Kirby is a ninja who wanders through the eternal forest, kicking mass amounts of ass.
See you next time, and see you on the other side of the screen. Bye.